Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. If you have, if you are a rap fan, football fan, you just typically in the regular entertainment like Twitter, social media, stuff like that, you have seen what has transpired since they have announced that Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the next Super Bowl in 2025. Now, there are many points, some of them valid, some of them not valid, some of them stupid, but I think I'm going to cover a decent portion of them, okay? So for one, I see the argument that Kendrick Lamar should not perform at the Super Bowl because he is not from New Orleans, right? Even though in the past, the state that they play in has never had anything to do with the artist. I think, what is his name? Oh my gosh. Dr. Dre. I think he was that was like one of the first times where like the location they were in was for that person. Um, but that's about it, right? And even then, it was Eminem that was performing, and he had a bunch of other people performing too. Like, so I don't really think necessarily like it was nothing to do with the place, and it never has been. Like they had the Super Bowl in New Orleans before, so it never has been about like a whole, oh, like if we're in, if we're like in Houston, Texas, Beyonce's performing. They've never been like that. They're never. I don't think they ever will be like that. So that's one. Two, I just want to say, I don't have to sit here and be like, Lil Wayne is a bad artist or anything like that, because it's not true, right? I don't think to myself and I think, oh my God, Lil Wayne is terrible. But now I'm going to bring this point. I don't think he could do a Super Bowl. Argue with somebody else, argue with your mama. I do not, it's in my belief system, I don't believe he could do a Super Bowl. And now I'm just going to start laying out all the reasons why I think Kendrick is a better pick and why Lil Wayne would have never been picked, right? So another thing I want to address is people saying that Jay-Z picked Kendrick to get at like Drake. I've noticed that it's now circulating that Jay-Z doesn't pick. Jay-Z doesn't pick, y'all. Jay-Z and some other people, they give a list of options and then the home state picks. So out of those options, they picked Kendrick. So there's that. So this whole like, oh my God, Jay-Z conspiracy, I think that needs to stop. I need people to put their brains in the head, their thinking caps, put them on, and really think for a second. No, it is not that deep. I do not believe that Kendrick and Jay-Z, came over each other's house and they were like, what could we do to destroy Drake? Get him up out of here. Drake's already destroyed himself. So I don't think there's no more destroying. Kendrick won. The lap at the Amazon performance, like, baby, he won already. So I don't know why people are saying it has anything to do with Drake. I don't believe it does, right? And now, like I said, I'm just going to continue laying into why I believe Kendrick was chosen over Lil Wayne and why I think Lil Wayne would have never been picked, right? One, I think Lil Wayne would have never been picked. He has a drug problem. Everybody can see it. I don't know if he went to rehab recently because he gained weight. And I know a lot of times when people stop drugs, they gain weight. So I don't know if that's why. So good for him. But he is known to be a user, right? Two, even there have been people, and I don't know if these people are official or not, but it was alleged that the art director of the Grammys spoke about how this time he was supposed to perform and he barely made the performance and then left before saying anything to anybody. So that shows that you don't show up on time. And the most glaringly obvious, he has not had a hit record in a very long time, y'all. And that's not me trying to be shady. That's just the truth. Like, can you name me a Lil Wayne song within the past 5 years that did anything? And now why I think they picked Kendrick. No, I don't think they picked Kendrick strategically to get at Drake. That's really stupid and doesn't make a lot of sense, guys. They picked Kendrick for the most obvious reason. Money, y'all. So I even looked it up because I remember if you remember when Kendrick did the Pop Out and Friends show, he broke Amazon's music streaming records. Amazon Music, he broke their records, guys. Do you think people at the top aren't seeing that? What does that equate? Those views equate money. All the Prime accounts that were made that day to watch the performance, all the free trials that were made that day. You have to like really think. They're thinking money. Money, 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 money. It makes the world go round, right? Not only that, Kendrick had one of the highest grossing rap tours of all time, right? So, like, really think about that. These people are not necessarily thinking, oh, I'm going to get it Drake or some other weird reason. Or, oh, I just don't want to let Lil Wayne perform. I don't think that at all. I think they're looking at the money. They're following the money trail. Kendrick is showing he can pull in viewers. He can pull in streams. He can get money. Money, 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 money. Where's my money? You know what I mean? He's proven time and time again he can get money. He can move people, physical bodies. He can get physical bodies in a stadium over and over and over and over again and charge them $2,000 for a ticket. I think people were saying that for the Pop Out and Friends one. So that's special. You know what I mean? And not only that, the other biggest, fattest reason that's like right in your face if you missed it, not like us. Y'all, it has broken so many records and to this very moment is still in the top 10 of Billboard right now. So, like the Billboard Hot 100. So, this whole argument that like, oh, Kendrick shouldn't do that or, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's clearly not true. Those stadiums when Kendrick went on tour, that was before he beefed with Drake. So, even for like the weirdos being like, oh, it's because of Drake or he should thank Drake. Y'all, what are you talking about? Kendrick even had a small performance at the Super Bowl already. Like, he's already acquainted and proven, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's already rubbing shoulders with these type of people. Like, they already know about him. And if you think they're not seeing one of the biggest rap songs of the decade, of the year, then I think we're all just kind of missing the mark. Now, it's okay if you're upset, if you're like, oh, man, I wish it would have been Lil Wayne, right? We're in New Orleans. I wish it would have been him. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with being like, oh man, you know, like my favorite person didn't get it. That's okay. But I think all this weirdness needs to stop. Like this stan culture is getting out of pocket, like for real. For all we know, I know for a fact that if Drake and Kendrick weren't beefing, Kendrick would have probably brought Lil Wayne on stage. Kendrick himself is a Lil Wayne fan. And once again, when I say these things, I'm not saying them to shade Lil Wayne, but I'm just pointing out the obvious, right? So, like, when's the last time Lil Wayne has sold out a stadium or did a long tour? Like, this is the biggest stage in the country. You know what I mean? All of these eyes, all of these investors, all of these, like, you know what I mean? It's a really big deal. And they're not going to play around when it comes to something that big, you know? So I think that's why they went with Kendrick. They want somebody who's shown that they can make a cohesive tour, that they can do a great performance. And once again, there's no shade to Lil Wayne. But when Lil Wayne comes on stage, you know how people say like, oh, rappers, all they do is just throw on a white tee and jump on stage. Lil Wayne, from what I remember, you know what I mean? That's the type of energy he gives when he comes on stage. Now, that works for some people, but I don't think for a huge stage. They want somebody to think deeply. They want somebody creative. That's what they kind of wanted, I think. And for all we know, Kendrick probably could still bring Lil Wayne on stage. I just think that would probably be very difficult and or awkward or weird. You know what I mean? With the whole, like, I don't know if Lil Wayne would do that because one of his artists is, you know, getting slammed by the guy. So I don't really know if he would want to do that. But I definitely think Kendrick Lamar definitely loves Lil Wayne. And I think he definitely would have showed that love and appreciation that he has for him. Yeah, so for all the weirdo stands, I need y'all to go outside. You know, the weather's gonna change. It's gonna get cool out there, you know. Before it gets like fully cold, go to the beach. You know, go touch some grass. You know, I think two things can exist at once. We can sit here and say Kendrick definitely earned it, deserved it, and everything. And then we don't have to like just completely bash Lil Wayne, which I don't care either way. I really don't. Lil Wayne is pro-police. He's pro-Trump. So you can keep the coon, you know what I mean? I don't give a damn. That ain't my business, girl. I'm not a Lil Wayne fan. I haven't listened to Lil Wayne in years. And that's no offense to him, you know what I mean? But that's just the truth, girl. I ain't checked out him and I don't know how long. Like, for real, for real. I'm not even being funny. Like, he did not cross my mind until people like share pictures saying, oh, he needs help. Like, you know, the pictures when his dreads was real bad, or, you know, that ain't my business. Either way, I'm looking at you. Press the subscribe button. So you're gonna look at this young woman. I'm 27. You're gonna look me in the eyes and not support and not hit the subscribe button. You're not gonna like the video. Leave a comment, child. We're trying to grow here, please.